morning students, welcome to today's topic, that is OSI model layers. Yesterday the previous class we learned 7 layers. What are the layers? The first layer in the OSI model is application layer. In detail we have to learn all the layers of the OSI model now. So in application layer we already learned each and every layer will be having a package of protocols. Here in application layer it is having protocols which are useful for the network applications, for data transmission. What are the network applications? Network application means the application which are used for internet. Here you can see some of the network applications are this browser and Outlook or Skype or many internet applications are there. So these network applications uses the protocols of application layer for the data transmission. Here you can see some of the protocols which can be used. File transfer. File transfer is used for what? We already learned. For this protocol name is FTP, file transfer protocol for file transferring, and protocol name is HTTP or HTTPS for web serving. SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol, is used for transferring mail, sending and receiving mails, and Telnet is used for virtual terminals. Means to have another terminals. Terminal means what? A screen. Now this is all about application layer. Next, what is the layer? Presentation layer. In presentation layer, the data is forwarded. The data is forwarded to what? Presentation layer. Presentation layer does 3 things. What are the? Translation, data compression, and encryption and decryption. Translation means what? Generally the data is in the form of numbers or characters. So this data is transmitted in the machine readable form. Here you can see from ASCII to HCD form. So this is what presentation layer will do. Translation. Next, the bits which are present will be reduced to its original length. Means the bits which are present will be reduced, that we call as data compression. Data compression is of 2 types. What are the? Lossy and lossless. So for doing data compression only, the file can be transmitted very speedily to the destination. So, and last one is encryption and decryption. We already learned what is encryption and what is decryption. Encryption means to enhance the data which is sending will be secured. For security purpose, we will encrypt the data. So to decrypt means what? That encrypted data should be decrypted for to receive it. To receive at the receiver side. Here, this encryption and decryption can be done using protocols called SSL. SSL means what? Secure Sockets Layer Protocols are used for encryption and decryption. In which layer? In the presentation layer. And the next, the third layer is session layer. In session layer, the data from presentation layer will be forwarded to what? Session layer. Session layer means what? If you are having any function, how you will arrange everything? Like a catering and seating arrangement. Okay. All the type of work will be done in the session layer. So here you can see, initially session layer establishes a connection between the client and server. Means if data is accessing from client side, there you will see which type of data. Means it is a text text type or image set, that will be decided. Here session layer mainly does three things. What are they? Here you can see authentication, authorization, session management. Authentication means what? To access the server, the client side will be prompted to give username and will be asked to give username and password. That is called authentication. If username and password is matched, then the client can access to the server. Authorization means what? Whether that file can be file can be accessed by the client or not. The permissions will be there for each and every file. That is called as authorization. Whether he is authorized to see the file or not. Next is what? Session management. Session management means what? Which type of data client is asking, which type of data server has to provide. That process we call as session management. So this is about what? Session layer. And the next layer. What is the next layer? Transport layer. Transport layer is the fourth layer in OSI model. Transport layer does the following things. What are that? Segmentation, flow control, error control, connection and connectionless transmissions. Connection and connectionless transmissions. Let us see what is a segmentation now. Here you can see segmentation means data is divided into small units. Each and every unit will be having a port number and a sequence number to send it to the destination. Okay, to send from sender to receiver. Means port numbers are used to which application the data has to connect. And sequence number, what is the purpose of sequence number? Sequence number arranges the sequence whether which has to connect first. So this is about segmentation. And next is what? Flow control. Flow control means this is a server, this is your smartphone or a computer or a laptop. So when you are downloading something, if the size of the file is, if downloading capacity of your smartphone is 10 Mbps, here if you are trying to download from server, if the speed of the server is 50 Mbps, at this time transport layer asks to the server to reduce the speed of the downloading speed, to reduce the downloading speed. At that time, if this matches to this, then only downloading will takes place. If it is low, server speed is 5 Mbps, if it is 10 Mbps, then also this transport layer asks to server to increase the downloading speed. At this situation only, if this speed of these both matches, client and server matches, then only data will be transmitted. Next, error control. Error control means in transport layer there is a scheme called automatic repeat request. Every time it checks whether any data is missing or if there is any error in the data. So what's happening? It has a bit of some group of bits called checksum. Will check whether all the data is forwarded or not. If any data is not forwarded, it again forwards the complete data to the destination. So if we see next, transport layer is having two types of transmissions. What are that? Connection and connectionless. Services for connection oriented transmission is transmission control protocol. Services for connectionless transmission is what? User datagram protocol. Here you will see transmission control protocol is very slow, means user datagram protocol is very speed data transmission will take place here. Why? Because here TCP has to give the feedback. TCP has to give the feedback whether the data is received by the receiver or not. Whereas user datagram protocol no need to give give a feedback. So this is about what? Transport layer. Let us see a next layer which we call it as a network layer. After that, data is receiving from the transport layer to network layer. Network layer mainly performs three functions. What are they? Logical addressing, routing, and path determination. Means logical addressing is what? Each and every system will be given a IP address. Already we learned IP address means these are versions, version 4 and version 6. So using IP address and mask will be given. Here you will see next is the routing. Routing means what? When networks are of different types. Here you will see this is a computer A and computer B. Means this computer B is accessing to a server, accessing to a Facebook server by some query or something is asked by this computer B. What will happen after the query reaches to the server? The Facebook server has to know which the query came from which computer. So to determine this, here this has to decide based on the IP address and MAC address. IP address and MAC address. This address will be 255, 255, comma dot this. Now here you will see these three will belongs to network. Here these three also will belongs to network. The last digit belongs to which computer? Here you can say 2.1 means it decides that query come from the computer B. This is the network layer routing method. Routing means what? Sending data from source to the destination in between any two different networks using routers. Router is a device. We already learned router. The function of the router also we already learned. Now next path determination. Path determination means generally the network chooses a path which is easy to transform the data from source to destination. Here many paths will be there for data flow, but the easy path will be chosen for data transmission. What are the? These are the ways of choosing data transmission. OSBF, BGF and